The quiet world around Will and Jada just exploded again, this time because a man who once called himself Will Smith's best friend has filed a $3 million lawsuit claiming Jada threatened him in a hotel lobby. And according to him, this wasn't a tense argument or a sharp comment. It was a direct warning that he could end up missing or even catch a bullet if he didn't stop talking about her private life. The man making the accusation is Bilal Salam, someone who's been close to Will for nearly 40 years, close enough to appear in Will's own memoir. Now, he's stepping forward with claims that paint a shocking picture of intimidation, retaliation, and a friendship shattered beyond repair. And the most explosive part? Salam says that one confrontation in 2021 set off a chain of events that spiraled into threats, smear campaigns, and a battle the public never knew was happening behind the scenes. According to him, that moment wasn't just a warning, it was the beginning of everything that followed. Before the lawsuit, most people had never heard the name Bilal Salam. But inside Will Smith's world, he wasn't a stranger at all. He was a longtime friend. Someone who says he stood beside Will for nearly 40 years, through personal struggles, major career moves, and private moments most fans will never know about. He even appears in Will's memoir, photographed as part of the inner circle that helped shape the actor's life behind the scenes. That's what makes this accusation so intense. This isn't a random outsider throwing shots from a distance. This is someone who claims he was trusted with the family's deepest secrets, someone who watched their world up close for decades. And now he's stepping forward, saying the bond shattered the moment Jada confronted him. According to Salam, everything changed fast, and the confrontation that followed would ignite a chain reaction no one saw coming. According to Salam, the entire fallout began on a night that was supposed to be calm and celebratory, Will's private birthday gathering in 2021. He says he was standing in the lobby of a hotel when Jada suddenly walked in with a 7-person entourage, headed straight toward him, and confronted him without hesitation. In his lawsuit, Salam claims Jada accused him of telling her personal business, and that's when things turned dark. He says she hit him with a warning he never expected, that he could end up missing or even catch a bullet if he didn't stop talking about her private life. Then, he says, she demanded he sign an NDA on the spot, or else. It wasn't a misunderstanding in his eyes. It was a moment that shifted everything, and it didn't end when he walked away. Salam says things got even more unsettling once he left the lobby. In the lawsuit, he claims members of Jada's entourage followed him all the way to his car, keeping close and continuing to issue verbal warnings as he tried to leave. No shouting, no scene, just a quiet, heavy pressure he says felt like a final reminder to stay silent. To him, it wasn't just a confrontation anymore. It was a message delivered twice, once in the lobby and again in the shadows of the parking lot. And according to Salam, that moment marked the point where everything in his life began to shift. Months after the hotel incident, the world watched Will Smith walk on stage at the Oscars and strike Chris Rock, an unforgettable moment that instantly became global controversy. According to Salam, that's when he got pulled back into the Smiths' orbit. A mutual friend allegedly asked him to help manage the crisis surrounding the family, hoping he could calm the chaos surrounding the family. But Salam says he refused. He claims he didn't want to be part of anything he viewed as deceptive or morally questionable. And in his filing, that refusal became the spark that reignited the tensions from the year before. From that moment on, Salam says things went from uncomfortable to hostile. After turning down the request to help with the Oscars fallout, Salam says the atmosphere around him changed fast. According to the lawsuit, people connected to Will and Jada began distancing themselves, rumors started circulating, and he felt a quiet campaign building against him. He calls it a deliberate effort to shut him down before he could speak out. Things escalated even more when word spread that he was writing a memoir about the years around the Smith family. Salam claims that the moment people learned he planned to tell his story, the pressure intensified. Warnings, strained relationships, and a noticeable shift in how he was treated. And then one interview went viral, taking the entire situation from private tension to public explosion. Everything erupted when Salam sat down for a viral interview and claimed he once walked in on Will Smith in a compromising moment with actor Dwayne Martin. The internet blew up instantly, memes, reactions, debates all feeding the fire. But Jada pushed back just as fast, laughing off the accusation during a Breakfast Club interview and calling it ridiculous. She later told TMZ that she and Will planned to take legal action, but according to Salam's lawsuit, no such action ever came. Instead, he claims the public denials were used to paint him as a liar and destroy his credibility. And after that interview, Salam says the threats, the tension, and the pressure around him only got worse. Salam says the fallout didn't just hit his reputation, it hit his entire life. According to the lawsuit, work dried up, connections vanished, and people who once treated him like family suddenly kept their distance. He claims the alleged threats, rumors, and public denials left him with financial loss, stress, and health issues he never expected to face. Emotionally, he describes feeling isolated, unsafe, and overwhelmed, like everything he'd built over decades collapsed after that confrontation in 2021. And with his career derailed and his name dragged into controversy, Salam is now seeking $3 million in damages, arguing that the impact wasn't temporary, it was devastating. This lawsuit doesn't just reopen old wounds, it raises new questions about what's really been happening behind the scenes in the Smith household. Jada is once again facing headlines tied to threats, rumors, and explosive accusations. And for Will, already recovering from the Oscars fallout, a former brother stepping forward with claims like these adds another layer of pressure to a public image still trying to stabilize.